Hello, I'm Matthew Buzzy with PC Mag, and I'm here with two different Lenovo Slim laptops. This is the 7 Pro X, and this is the 9i. Now, this also comes in the 7i version if you go for Intel, but the base model, the starting price, $1499, is an AMD SKU. $200 more will get you that 7i, the Intel version. This is a sort of pro creator laptop. A 14.5-inch screen size, which is pretty unusual. I don't recall us ever having seen one. We've seen 14 inches, we've seen 15.6. Those are much more common. 14.5, kind of in between. It's a QHD plus thereabouts resolution because of the unusual size. It won't be a resolution that you're familiar with, but it is better than HD and not quite 4K. Now, because this is for creators, it's a more advanced screen. It's touch. It's 120 Hz refresh rate, which is unusual in anything that isn't a gaming system, frankly. But Lenovo figures we're starting to see that in smartphones. You get 90 Hz or 120 Hz smartphone screen, so why not in your general use high-end laptop? So that's a bit of a nice feature, though. Wide color gamut for creators as well. So hopefully this is something you can take with you. Pretty light, pretty thin, and get some actual work done. See your work pretty clearly, and use the touchscreen if you need to. As far as getting work done on the go, in addition to that nice screen, it weighs about 3.5 pounds, and the internal components are also important. You get up to Intel Core H series, so it's not the P, it's not something that's low powered. Same with the AMD version, you can get Ryzen 9, so pretty serious contender for CPU power. And on both the AMD and the Intel versions, up to NVIDIA RTX 3050 graphics, which not a super high-end GPU, but it is pretty good, slightly above the lower power entry-level options. So that can be useful in professional 3D workloads and a little bit of gaming if that's what you desire on this nice and portable system. Of course, any professional users are going to want to know what their connectivity options are, and modest but useful enough is how I would describe it. Thin systems, you don't get a ton of ports as you do large creative laptops. So here you have standard USB-A and 2 USB-C connections. On the Intel model, that will be Thunderbolt support, not so much on the AMD unit. And you might have noticed this little switch here. This is for camera privacy. It turns the camera off, it disconnects it for all intents and purposes, so it won't even show up. So you can really trust that this will actually power the camera off if that's what you desire for some privacy. And that sums it up for this system. It feels nice in the hand, very roomy touchpad, very portable, and a really nice display, even if it's that bizarre 14.5-inch screen size. Touch, good color coverage, so yeah, a pretty good creator system. We'll await our full review to see how it performs. Always a question in thin chassis like these, but since it can go up to H series, we expect pretty good performance. Now let's move over to the Slim 9i 14. Before we even turn it around or look at anything else, let's focus on this lid. This is the most eye-catching probably part of this laptop and this design. I know you're not going to pay $1799, which is what the starting price is, for just a lid, but while we're here, it does look nice and it adds that premium look and feel. This is what Lenovo is calling 3D glass, similar to what some smartphone designs use on their rear, kind of a curved glass that kind of covers the aluminum beneath. It looks sharp. It feels good. The glass feels like a nice quality touch, and it has this sheen that is just kind of pleasant to look at. So overall, between this shiny sides here and the white color, this is a nice looking system. So let's turn around and look at the rest of the system. Like I said, you're not going to pay $1799 for just the lid, so something else must be driving that price. This is a pre-production model, so it's not powered on, but this is an OLED display. You can get OLED QHD or 4K OLED panel. Obviously, that'll run you a bit of extra money, but in all of our experiences, OLED is brilliant to look at, vibrant colors. It's really something that if you haven't seen in person, you should just check out yourself, because it doesn't really come across on the camera, especially when this one's not on. But it looks brilliant in person, and in my opinion is usually worth the extra money unless you're trying to buy a budget-conscious system. Joining this fancy OLED screen are powerful speakers. There's 4, it's a Bowers & Wilkins tuned system, and we got a demo and it really did fill the room, definitely above average speaker volume without really losing a lot of the quality there. So that's a plus for anyone who likes to watch the shiny display and really boom their audio. As far as the interior though, you may be wondering what is powering the system. It is P series Intel only, 12th gen, so it's not H like this, it doesn't go to the top of the power tier, but P series 12th gen should give you still pretty good performance. We tend to see that in thin and light systems, which you could definitely say this is. Also, unlike the system, no discrete GPU. This is integrated graphics only, so not a professional, animator or designer system. Really, it is more about the portability and then some. It's kind of a general use laptop that's nice to travel with, but just has a bit more premium feel in terms of the design. So if you want something for more serious work, the Pro X is probably the way to go, but this is the sort of fancy looking conversation piece, a bit more premium if you have the budget for it, and good performance, hopefully, from the 12th gen, despite being a P series. We will, of course, test both of these when they come in for review. We expect more horsepower to this one, expect this to be a good daily driver with a little bit of flair. So check back for the full reviews on PCMag.com when they become available.